First of all,
that's not how real friends do each other. I expect that out of him.
But you, how you expect it out of me?
First of all, both of you two unappreciative. Start the show. Start the show.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs. Welcome to another episode of 94 Feet Podcast. It's your boy Big Zeke in the building. I'm here with my brothers, Dre.
Yo, back in the building, back in the saddle. No company.
That was last week.
I'm acting fool today.
So,
what up, y'all? In the building. I owe Zeke big time. Yeah.
Kesey,
scratch your head.
How you doing?
What's
man?
good people? Your boy Keith's back in the building today.
Kesey, how you doing, brother? Bless you, man.
Good, man.
Good.
I'm blessed.
That's
You
good,
always
man.
blessed.
How your week been going?
Man, you know, week's been good. Got the playoff 12s. Playoff 12s came out. You know what I'm saying? For sale. 300. Hit me up.
300.
9.5. Oh, dang. On the radio, bro. My feet too small.
Well,
9.5,
hey.
size 10. I'm saying, man, that's the average size.
Oh, you said, I thought you got
No.
10 and a half.
No, I don't. So size of, when I get the Jordan 11s, I always get a size up because those are terrible on the feet, especially if you got flat feet. But yeah, you know, I got the Jordan 11s, size 9.5. You want them? Holla at your boy.
Don't nobody wear
Wow.
that size no more.
Man, I get hit up for every time I try to sell a pair of shoes for that size. So
Okay, can we?
what are you talking about?
Can we?
Yeah,
Can we?
we can go ahead.
All right.
Well,
Bucks
first of
and
all, the
six.
NCAA tournament is going on, so shout out to the Badgers. Good luck today.
Let's go, Wisconsin. Let's go.
Also, want to I forgot because we're watching the game.
This is gonna be distracting, Tone. Turn that off, please.
We all right. We all right.
No,
We all right. Because I want to see this game.
Yeah, keep it off.
Let's go.
Okay, well,
Let's go.
Good people.
Way to go, Dre. Anyways, so
You the point guard. You should be taking control.
Yes, Papa.
You know what? He said he's gonna act the fool today, and I see he's on top of it.
I'm just saying, man. You know that day I was gone and you threw all them shots at me.
That was a couple. It was a couple.
It was 2 weeks
shots.
ago, but we had company last week.
Oh, it's payback.
Exactly. So
you know.
you were still acting fool last week.
I
But
was
we'll talk
not.
about that later.
I was not.
Anyways, let's go into the injury report. Let's start there.
Man, you know what? I was very, very disappointed.
Unprepared?
Not unprepared. I mean, if really, point guard,
You got it.
really showing
you
up
got
to
it,
practice 2 hours before.
But I'm here.
Let's see. Our show starts at 4. What time did your outline come?
2:00.
2:02 p.m. and I'm
Mhm.
unprepared.
Did
And
you
I'm
get
unprepared. Are we still
That's-
live, Tone? I can never
You know
tell.
what's so crazy about that?
What's
though?
pop? Okay. Go ahead.
I was at home
Yeah,
and I was just lounging around,
lounging around.
watching some highlights.
Highlights.
And I'm like, dang, I never even got my outline today.
Never got our script.
So I'm like, I literally, when you sent it through,
Mhm.
I was getting ready to type you a message. Like, I guess we're gonna get no outline today.
I guess not. Not from our point guard.
But you got it though,
Yeah, we did. 2
you
hours
got-
before.
and you got a chance to look at it. So I don't see the problem.
Injury report in the NBA. The Atlanta Hawks are without their superstar, Trae Young. He is out with a quad injury. He is listed as day to day. And then he tried to make it seem like this whole injury report was my idea. He branded this report in and blamed it on me. Like I needed extra microphone time. Are you kidding me? John Collins has been playing through
Who
a
you referring?
tear in his right foot.
He's referring to me.
He also has a damaged right finger and he is out indefinitely. So a double blow to the Atlanta Hawks and any possible playoff hopes. The
Yeah.
Cleveland Cavaliers are without Jared Allen. He has a fractured left middle finger and he is out indefinitely. The Golden State Warriors, Gary Payton II is out with a knee injury. TBD is his timetable. The shooting GOAT,
Did you say CBD or
Gary Payton.
or TBD?
TBD, I
It
said.
sounded like you said CBD. I'm like, hold
TBD. TBD.
on.
Steph Curry, sprained left foot ligament. He is out indefinitely. Marcus Smart, you suck. Memphis Grizzlies are without Ja Morant. Although I saw him warming up today, so I don't know how accurate this one is.
He has a knee sprain, so he's trying to work it out. but
Yeah.
he's not supposed to play today.
Because I saw him dunking today in highlights, but hopefully this isn't, because this is crucial if Memphis can't be without him. And so, yeah, those are the injuries around the NBA. Back
Okay.
to the point guard.
Well, I can feel this energy today.
This is gonna be one of those episodes.
It's gonna be one of those
It's
good
gonna be one of
people.
those.
No, go ahead. Welcome
Marcus
back.
Smart, watch your back.
Marcus,
'Cause
yeah.
I did hear that comment on the side.
This wasn't on the docket, but we was just talking about it anyway.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because
That's okay with you?
Dre,
Oh,
no.
Oh, he
I'm
on
gonna
one today.
keep going. I'm
He
gonna
on
keep
one
going.
today.
It's cool.
Oh, you gonna take that?
No, it's fine.
Well, let that be me though.
Oh, buddy.
Oh,
I'm trying. No, I'm trying not to feed into it.
I think he's scared.
No, I'm
Take
trying
the
not to
bait.
feed into it.
Take the bait.
But I'm just going. We'll see what happens. Anyways, Dre's favorite player got hurt by Marcus Smart.
Wait.
Is that not your favorite player?
Giannis is my favorite player.
Okay, here we go.
Giannis is my favorite
But
player.
you just took time in the injury report to cap for what's it called for Steph.
I am a Steph Curry fan,
Okay,
just like I'm a LeBron fan.
all right.
And the Marcus Smart play was dirty, but you go ahead. Go ahead.
All I was
For real. Go ahead.
all I was gonna say was, did you guys see the play?
I saw the play.
Did you see the play, Kesey?
What play?
Wow, the play with Steph Curry.
You know, man, how I feel about Steph Curry, man.
No, did you see it though?
Yeah, I saw it.
Was it a dirty play? That's the question
It's a
going around the
basketball
table.
play, man.
I thought it was a basketball play. I'm really honest with you. I didn't think it was a dirty play. I thought it was more of a basketball play.
Here's why I disagree.
Stephen B.
Here's why I slightly disagree. Because even when you're trying to be competitive, in the moment you're taught how to go after the ball. He went straight to the knees. He went straight to the knees, bro. There was
he doesn't have a knee injury though.
Yeah, but the knee, the foot, all as a result of Marcus Smart. Let's just call it what it is. All as a result. I think Smart was trying to be competitive, but in the midst of his competitiveness, I think he was a little overly aggressive. And so I'm not going to call it dirty. I'm just going to call it a little overly aggressive because Marcus Smart plays a little wild like that. That's why he's one of the biggest floppers in the NBA today. He didn't earn that title just because people are giving it to him. He earned that title because people see what he does when he tries to get fouled, when he's trying to get the refs to give a foul. And the same thing going after Steph Curry was an overly aggressive basketball play. I don't think it was dirty, but I think it was unnecessary.
Oh.
What I was going to go back to was I don't think it was a dirty play like I said before. Marcus Smart is he's a go hard kind of player. He's a good defensive player. So, you know, in the midst of that, those guys usually end up injuring people. I mean, Draymond Green's the same way. And he just hurts people and it ended up like that. I just wanted to kind of tap into that since you took time out of the injury report to say dirty player. This week, Kyrie scored 60 points versus Orlando Magic after scoring 50 versus the Charlotte Hornets. And something was brought up by Kendrick Perkins, of all people. He said Kyrie Irving is the most skilled basketball player in the league now and ever. So when you talk about this is very like words matter. So when you talk about skill wise, where would you put Kyrie? Because
break it down a little bit for me for the visual learner. Break it down for me.
I'll say this. The thing about Kyrie and his performance is how efficient it was. So like when he dropped 50, he was shooting 79% from the field and 75 from 3-point range. And then when he dropped 60, it was 64 from the field and 66 from the 3-point range. So like those are two very effective, very offensive nights. And then on top of that, you add the way he got the points.
Offensive?
Nah. What's up, Kesey?
Offensive.
No, I want to say offensive. Efficient.
Offensive.
Efficient.
Efficient is what you were.
Are y'all done, Professor Douglas and Davis?
We're done, point guard.
Okay. Just keep that in mind.
What's that?
Hey, I think we need to come
I'll
around
be the shooter.
But
I'll be the backup.
the way he got the
Water
buckets
What?
was the problem.
Go ahead, man.
Look,
Okay.
He
Okay.
didn't
Go
even catch
ahead.
that shot.
Go ahead.
The way he got the buckets is
Dude,
what
I can
everybody
play
keeps
some
talking
ball.
about.
If I'm on the team, I can play.
Did you see the look he gave you?
I'm just saying, if we ran a 5-on-5, y'all can give me the ball and y'all can trust me for defense to get a shot off in the corner 3 every now and then.
Are you gonna stay in the corner?
I'll stay in the corner if y'all
We
talk
can
past
trust
me to rock.
you. You said
We can trust you to do what?
trust you
Shoot the ball and get a 3-pointer from the corner.
And make it.
Yes. Okay, see, y'all trying to act
Make
like I'm
it?
just a bum. Like,
I'm not saying you're a bum.
y'all
What?
trying to
No,
act like
I'm not
I'm
saying
a bum.
that.
no. Listen,
What I'm saying is,
I'm being realistic.
You ain't.
you started it.
He started it.
I don't know who started it.
He
between
said, "I'm
y'all
coming
two.
off the bench." I said, "Okay, water boy." Then he go. Then he go. I can play D, and y'all can pass me the ball.
I
Pass
can
you the
hold.
ball.
All I'm saying is I can hold my own. I'm not living in glory
You told-
years
you told-
of used to beating Isaiah at our best friend's backyard.
First
Okay,
of all,
I'm not.
Well, listen.
li-
He did that once in a
I'm
while.
just- I'm
Let's
just
not
saying.
get
I'm just
crazy.
saying the way he talk about it, he even make it seem like he owns you.
Did
on
I say
basketball
that?
court.
Did
You-
I even say that?
Not today,
Okay.
but you always do.
Oh, I own him. I own him.
Listen
Jesus.
here.
He know I own
All
him.
I'm
You
saying.
don't. And when the
until
summer
until he ready.
when the summer
I
comes,
own him still.
Summer comes. If you want to do a little one-on-one, put it on the YouTube page. Put it on the page.
Man, we can
That's
play
fine.
hustle. Insert
Let's-
me.
I'm not
Okay.
trying to get hurt.
I'm not trying to get
Insert
hurt
me
either.
because y'all talking like I'm just a bum. Insert me.
We too
somewhat in
old
that,
to be getting
somewhat in
hurt.
that aura, you know what I mean? But I mean, not all the way there. You know, I still love you, my brother.
Still love you, man.
But
I don't want to get
I
hurt.
wouldn't pass you the ball, look you off.
I would pass you the ball.
Thank you.
I want you to give it to me
I
right
would Kobe
back.
Bryant you,
But I'll pass you the ball.
look you off,
All right, can we move
shoot
on?
it.
Can we move on? I was gonna know, can we move on?
Come on, man, let's go.
You see,
Come
I
on.
ain't saying a word. Y'all took
So
it too
going
far.
back to Kyrie.
Y'all took it too far.
Too far.
Y'all see what my friends do to me in my face? Go ahead, bro. Come on.
How many times you gonna say that before you?
This
interrupt
was
me
you and
again?
Kesey.
Okay, you're right. Okay, so anyways, Kyrie. Back to Kyrie.
Oh, you
Him being skilled.
Oh, you being
Where
sensitive now.
where does Kyrie stand in the skills conversation?
I've always thought Kyrie Irving had some of the best handles in the game of basketball.
That's a skill.
That's a great skill set. I even call Kyrie a floor general, and I believe that he is. Kyrie Irving is one of the most skilled point guards to ever play the game. But in my mind, the best skilled point guard is still Chris Paul.
I'm not even talking about point guard. I'm talking about overall
Never.
skill player.
No, he is
Where-
not the greatest skilled player.
Is he okay? Is he behind Jordan?
That's a loaded question. I'm not even sure what Perk was thinking when he put that out there, because when you think of skilled players, our definitions are so different as to what being a skill. Because to me right now, if you're asking me, give me 5 skilled players in the NBA, I'm giving you Giannis, I'm giving you LeBron, I'm giving you Chris Paul, I'm giving you Steph Curry, I'm giving you John Morant, I'm giving you when he was playing Kawhi Leonard. So are we saying that Kyrie has a better skill set than all those players that I just named? 9 times out of 10 is probably no, other than handles and maybe shooting. So to say Kyrie is the best skill player was a reach, an overreach, and it's too many talented players to dub him the most skilled.
Okay,
Hands down, LeBron is the most skilled player of the league. Skilled wise. Because think about it. What can he do?
I promise you the name of the show is not the LeBron James podcast.
I'm just being honest.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm
Did
being
he-
honest.
did he
This is
air-
like
Hold
no,
on a second,
no.
real
This
quick.
is like totally, really,
this
real
is,
honest.
This
I
is
feel
real.
it.
This is
I named him. I named him, and I said
I know,
Kyrie
I heard
is
you.
not a better skilled player than none
He's
of the
not.
players
He's not
I
even
named.
better skilled than KD.
You know,
Skill wise, when you say skill,
Here's my thing. Here's
Go
my
ahead.
thing
he
about
does
skill.
one thing good. That's dribble.
That's not it though.
But KD,
That's not
yeah,
it though.
he does.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
he does.
As far as dribbling wise, yes, he's very skilled at.
best handles in the game.
But what I'm saying is Kyrie. Okay, let's go Kyrie versus Stephen Curry because they're both 6, but they're about the same size. So when you talk about skills wise,
Are
I think
they?
yeah,
Okay.
Curry's about 6'3", Kyrie's about 6'2", 6'3".
Okay. Go ahead.
So my thing about this, and in the NBA Finals, Kyrie ate him up. So my thing about this, as far as about
Once.
skills, the way Kyrie scores, inside, outside, he can shoot the 3, he can get the layup, he can bring the defense in, and the type of attention he Yeah, the type of attention that he draws in, that's what makes him, as far as skills. To me, he's more skilled than LeBron and
Who?
Kyrie.
Ooh.
And
No way.
because if you
Let him finish.
if you take away LeBron James being 6'8", 250, that was so amazing about LeBron James. Him being 6'8", 250, able to run the floor like a point guard. Kyrie is a point guard, and when you see, like, I don't want to say practice, but when you see videos of Kyrie going against these guys, he's, excuse my language, he's damn near unstoppable. And the thing about LeBron is he had to get there. He didn't come in. Kyrie came into the league like this.
Into the league like what?
Being with these crazy handles, being able to shoot the ball from inside
LeBron
outside.
came in the league skilled already as well.
LeBron came into the league being able to jump over.
One of the best fast breakers to ever play the game.
Being able to jump over everybody. That was his skill. His ability to jump over everybody.
It wasn't that he
got better over time.
How many rookies have you ever seen come in and be great from year one all the way to the end of their career where he's at now? How many?
Not a lot.
2 quick points. Skilled out there in 94 feet land, skill does not mean best player. That's not what we're saying.
I'm not saying that.
Skill does not mean best player. And shout out to LeBron for moving up to number 2 on the all-time score.
I was going to get there, but
I just wanted to say that because
I'm sure you did.
Because it's the shade that you're throwing to him right now. So
here we go.
I just think he's a better skilled player than anybody else.
LeBron James is the best thing.
KD is the best. KD is the best player in the league right now. But LeBron is the best skilled player.
Giannis is the best player in the league right now because he's arguably a front runner for Defensive Player of the Year and MVP.
That's neither year near her there. I mean, it
could
be either one of them right now.
It's
3 players that I can say are top 3 right now. It's either KD, Giannis, or Joel Embiid.
Or Joker.
No, to me,
Joker is...
To me, Joker's better than Joel Embiid.
Yeah, in the rankings.
You think so?
I'm not even rankings. Not even in rankings. I'm talking about skill wise.
No.
We're talking about if you're talking
everything Joker can do, he can do.
No, he can't. No, he
okay.
Can't.
Before we jump around, let's go back to Kyrie and the skill because I need to understand your arguments here.
Okay, back to my argument here.
Because you're saying that he's more skilled than LeBron.
I think he's more skilled than LeBron.
And I need you to define it for me because I don't see it. And I'm not trying to.
I don't need to go live for this.
I'm not trying to buy time. I'm not even trying to embrace a debate here. But that's a bold statement that you said. And you need to define how one championship Kyrie Irving.
That's an accolade. That's an accolade. We're not talking about accolades here. We're not talking about accolades. We're not talking about awards.
That's true.
We're talking about pure skills.
Okay.
And skills are developed in, I say in let's say it's like usually it's in a one-on-one thing. So if you got guys going one-on-one, that's when you see skills displayed. And I believe that, and to be honest with you, I've said this many times. I think Kevin Durant is a better skilled player than LeBron James. That doesn't take away from Kevin Durant.
No.
And that doesn't take away who LeBron James is. He's still a king. He's still probably the best player in the league. That doesn't take away from that. But what I'm saying, if we're talking about skill wise, I think like Kyrie can give LeBron James some problems. And LeBron James has admitted that when you talk about skills, Kyrie's up there with like the number 2, number 3. He's up there in that top 5 because the way he can get to the basket, the way he doesn't have to get to the basket, he can just shoot the 3 is something to see. And I think that when we talk about skilled players, we get all these accolades and we get these awards and all this stuff that LeBron has done. We take that to a whole nother level. We know Kyrie wasn't in the top 75 roster this year because of politics.
Right.
We also know that Kyrie could be way further in his career if it wasn't for the stuff he would do outside the basketball court.
And his injuries.
Injuries too, but outside the basketball court, I admit it, Kyrie's a nutcase. But when you talk about skill-wise, when he gets on that court, that 94 feet back and forth, he's damn near unstoppable.
Mm.
Here we go. Now,
Okay.
hold on, before you go on,
you got that
I don't
out.
hear nothing about championships. I don't hear nothing about
Not gonna say anything
MVP.
about
I don't hear
championship.
nothing about, well, LeBron did this rookie of the year.
Okay.
I don't hear about none of that. Go ahead.
So what's the first thing you said? He's the most skilled player because he can do what?
Inside, outside.
Inside, outside.
Unstoppable. Damn near
LeBron James
unstoppable.
is unstoppable inside, outside.
Okay.
He got turnarounds. He got fadeaways. I mean, he got logos. I mean,
But does that mean
and driving to the basket? He's the most efficient player when it comes to driving to the basket. Name another player that's more efficient than him driving to the basket.
Giannis. Giannis.
No, Giannis gets a lot of charges. Giannis gets a lot of charges.
What do you mean he gets a lot
drives.
of charges?
he can draw the charge?
He can draw the charge. I get that, but what I'm saying is, Giannis gets to the bucket and he's like 7 foot, wingspan crazy. So when those buckets are, he's really just not even jumping, he's hopping to dunk the ball over people. So when you talk about like, so when you say he's like, and I brought up these, like, I feel like skill wise is a hard category to judge. And when you talk about LeBron and his, what he's done in his past, 19 years in the league, I get that. I get it. I do get it.
He's still the most skilled player of probably of all time.
So let me ask you this: Kesey represents LeBron, Zeke represents Kyrie Irving. For those of you that are just tuning in, we're talking about Zeke said Kyrie is the best skill player. So you agree with Perk's comments, yes?
I'm leaning towards it.
Okay, so let's just do categories, and you tell me who you're picking skill wise. Okay, you represent Kyrie, you represent LeBron. Inside game,
LeBron.
I'll give you know what? I'm gonna give it to Kyrie.
Okay, 1-1. Outside game,
Kyrie.
LeBron.
Shooting game,
Kyrie.
I'll get. What type of shooting you talking about? Mid range.
Why you want to move? Why you want to move?
Mid range,
LeBron.
Kyrie.
I'm going with LeBron for mid range.
Mid range, I'm going Kyrie.
Okay.
No, I'll give LeBron that.
3 points.
Kyrie.
3 points.
Kyrie.
Handles.
Kyrie.
LeBron.
Oh my God. Okay. Basketball IQ.
LeBron.
LeBron.
Floor general.
LeBron.
LeBron.
Assists. Playmaker.
LeBron.
LeBron.
Point guard.
LeBron.
Point guard. What?
LeBron runs point on his team, does he
Right,
not?
Who's a better
LeBron
point guard?
steps into Magic role often.
Who-
He actually gets ridiculed a lot for passing the ball when people feel like he should take a shot.
When he's underneath the basket for layup. You said point guard.
Point guard.
I'll give it to LeBron.
Okay.
Because that goes with playmaking.
So it sounds like y'all are about 50-50. Here's the thing about skill set. The reason why I think Perk's comments was a little off base is because, like we just did, you could literally do that with Kyrie and so many other players. Best handles, easily Kyrie Irving for point guards, right? Basketball IQ, easily Kyrie compared to a lot of people in the
I was
league.
with a quick question. This is for Keezy too. I know what you're going to say, but I'll still ask. This is for both of y'all.
Sure.
Spit it out.
Because Kyrie is 6'8", LeBron's
6'2".
6'2". LeBron 6'8".
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you take away the height from LeBron, because a lot of his buckets is his inside presence is because he's big and he's strong.
Mm-hmm.
And when we talked about when you brought that category up and like who I feel is better, I brought up Kyrie because for him to be 6'2", we haven't seen a guy get to the basket underneath at this height since Allen Iverson. Like that's when Allen Iverson was his bread and butter was his ability to get to the basket and make big guys miss trying to block his shot.
I'll tell you one.
Who?
Chris Paul used to do it.
Chris Paul did.
He just got older and he's not as athletic as he used to be. But Chris Paul, that's all he did.
But yes,
why do you think they called him the point guard? Go back and look at his. Go look at his.
I know what you're talking about when he was in New Orleans.
Highlights.
When he was in New Orleans and he dunked over Dwight Howard. But my thing about that is, and But Chris Paul, that wasn't his thing, though.
What wasn't his thing?
His thing wasn't get inside the basket. His thing
Chris Paul was to be a general.
Chris Paul was a complete point guard, so he can get to his spot. He can make other guys better around and get to their spot. He was a complete point guard. That's what his thing was.
So then that makes him more skilled. That automatically makes him more skilled. Then if he can do the same thing as Kyrie, because he can pat the rock just as good as Kyrie can.
I don't even see Kyrie as being a. That's why I said I gave playmaker.
He can shoot just as good,
but I gave playmaker to
put
LeBron.
Put them on the board. Hold on, just put Chris Paul and Kyrie on the board. Who do you think is a better?
Well,
who's more skilled, Kyrie or
if
Chris
you're talking
Paul?
about more skill, or you talking about who's a better point guard?
Skilled.
Who's a better point guard?
Who's skilled? Skilled.
Kyrie Irving.
You think he's more skilled than Chris Paul?
Yeah.
No way.
Handles, shooting ability. Handles, shooting ability.
Handles, no.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Shooting ability, yes.
You think his handles is that much better than Chris Paul?
Kyrie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Twice on Sunday. Kyrie has been dubbed the best handles in the NBA of all time. People have dubbed him that a long time ago. Chris Paul's a beast. Don't get me wrong. Chris Paul is great with handles, but Kyrie, that's what he's known for is his handles. He's not known that because he's a shooter. He's not even known because he's can cross you up a little bit, because Kyrie can put you on skates too. Kyrie is mostly known for his handles.
So what do you think Chris Paul used to be known for?
Injuries?
No, his handles.
So
Chris Paul used to be known for like I said,
just
Chris Paul was known for
like both of y'all was in denial when I said that franchise was going to turn around when Chris Paul got there.
He wasn't in denial. I was. I was. I admit that. I was
in denial too. He didn't want to admit it.
I wasn't in denial.
He wasn't on 100% though.
I was 100%.
He was.
I wanted the Bucks to pick up Chris Paul. Chris Paul.
He was mad when we got Holiday. He was upset. You hear that, Drew? You hear that? If you see this guy with this Chicago Bulls hat on, that was him.
Chicago Bulls.
Whatever. Same thing. Chicago. But no.
Wow.
Kyrie Irving is talented. Most skilled is a stretch.
I mean, this is the opinion.
I'm just saying there's some more players that's more skilled than him. Now I just see it.
Okay.
And that's my opinion. So,
when did you become a Kyrie guy?
I'm not a Kyrie guy, but I recognize the skill. I'm not a hater.
So you think the earth is flat too?
No, I also said Kyrie is a clown outside the floor. Outside of basketball, Kyrie is a clown. Kyrie is a clown. Like, get the vaccination. What are you doing? Anyways, but
did you get it yet?
I'm about to.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm about to.
Don't condone somebody else for something you ain't did yet. He said he's gonna do it. Do you believe that?
Yeah, you got no choice.
I do have a choice, but the reason.
A minimum.
But the point is, I haven't got it yet because I had Corona. But
oh yeah, that's right.
Tone, just talk to us about the mask thing. You gonna put one on?
No,
that was a month ago.
Oh, you shook hands with him? Well, he can't get.
Anyways,
I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not even gonna get in y'all today. I'm not getting y'all mess.
Go ahead.
Anyways, the Brooklyn Nets.
Yes.
Have been. I ain't gonna say they've been playing some pretty good ball, but kinda. They've had Kyrie score 50 points twice now. They had Kevin Durant score like 50.
Yep.
And so they've been kind of winning some games.
And they're in 8th place now.
Do you see them going further and making the playoffs?
If New York stops playing around and let that man play basketball, it's over. Brooklyn will run through the Eastern Conference.
I just don't see it.
If Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant are 100%, you don't even need Ben Simmons. Like, let Ben get Ben. Let Ben do what Ben's gonna do. Seth Curry has proven to be a great asset to that team. If KD is at 100% and Kyrie's at 100%, the Eastern Conference better watch out. Brooklyn's going to only get better.
You hear that, Miami? You hear that, Philly?
Well,
you hear that, Milwaukee?
No, I'm saying
I've already said it.
You hear that, Chicago?
I already said it.
Do you hear that, Cleveland?
I already said it. They'll have Cleveland for breakfast, right? Then anybody worried about Cleveland? You know what I'm saying? These are the only games left. We're 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out, and the season's over. 2 weeks out, right? Brooklyn has to play the Utah Jazz, the Heat, the Pistons.
They have one of the toughest schedules remaining.
The Hawks. Do they? This don't sound tough to me.
Who had the toughest schedule?
This don't sound tough to me. Listen. They got the Grizzlies, the Hornets, the Bucks, the Rockets, the Cavaliers, the Jazz, the Heat, the Pistons, the Hawks, the Knicks, and the Pacers.
That's a tough schedule.
That's a tough schedule.
Because you got to first
modest.
first off, you
50-50.
got to go to Utah and win. That's
50-50.
tough.
I'm saying you gotta
That's tough out
like
there.
you.
So
Utah,
I don't disagree with
even
y'all.
even the Grizzlies.
But no, listen to what I'm saying. Listen, hear me out.
And the
Right.
Heat.
Kyrie's playing in half these games though, because a lot of these games are on the road.
He's not.
Okay, he's playing. The Jazz are at home. The Jazz are at home against Brooklyn.
So he's playing against the Grizzlies.
He's playing against the Grizzlies.
The Heat.
He's playing against the Heat
7 of the games are at home that he can't play.
right now. The Bucks. He'll play against the Bucks, which will be a preview of if we're hopeful of the
He
conference
won't play
finals.
against the Bucks. That's in Brooklyn.
Oh, you're right. You're right. So here's the thing: if the Bucks slide into the 1, you don't want to play Brooklyn in the first round. You don't. No one wants to play Brooklyn in the first round.
I do.
You're lying.
Because that's one animal you want to get out the way.
You do want to get
While
out
you
the way.
fresh.
Yeah, that's true. I
Because
guess that's a different perspective.
You got to look at it like this. If you the Bucks, I want to play Brooklyn first before they get in the rhythm and getting in the flow or winning some games. You know what I mean?
Because what this is gonna happen with New York, right? New York gonna see it's time for the playoffs, and all of a sudden they're gonna rescind that whatever god awful rule they have that's preventing him from playing right now, and all of a sudden Kyrie gonna be fully healthy, full of energy, playing every single playoff game. You watch.
All I know is
Money talks.
the team had to pay $50,000 for him just entering the locker room.
But he's
So-
able to sit courtside to watch a game.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah, I don't quite get
But
that.
50,000?
yeah,
They're
the team-
fine.
Because
Every
he
time
went in the
we-
locker room. He
Yeah.
went inside the locker room. That's why he got.
Who's reporting this?
I
That's what I
didn't hear
wanna-
that.
What you mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like, who told that he went in the locker room? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Who's snitching?
That's a good question. But
Snitches get stitches.
all I know
Somebody
is
wanted that 50 G's. Who got that 50? That's what I want to know.
I don't know who got that 50. That's a good
Because the
question.
only people who know he go back there are the people who work for the
Oh, you
association.
stupid.
If you think everybody ain't got their eyes on Kyrie and he gonna walk back there all freely, I'll just keep that in my pocket. Are you?
But the
Yeah.
Nets, I think it is. The Nets have to report that type of activity because you don't want to get fined. You don't want some Tom Brady
Well,
stuff happening.
he didn't sneak in with glasses on, so it ain't like he was hiding it.
He did.
Once he walked in the stadium for the game, they was clapping for him. Oh, Kyrie!
Because it's garbage. Like don't
I
get me
get
wrong.
the rule is stupid.
Kyrie-
I agree with you.
Kyrie, I'm not defending him, but from a basketball standpoint, your guest can come to New York and play, but he can't because he's a resident. Come on, y'all.
It doesn't make
Come
sense.
on,
It just doesn't
man.
make sense.
The
to
rule
me.
does not make sense
Come
at all.
on, but it's the rule.
It is the rule.
It's the rule. So
It is what it is.
So y'all saying no?
I think Brooklyn can increase, but
no.
it
I
depends.
mean like to playoffs, not playing in tournament. I'm gonna play.
Oh, they're in the play-in tournament.
So
They're
just-
not in the
they're in the
playoffs.
play-in
They're in
tournament. But the
play-in
point
tournament.
is, do they play the Raptors or will they end up playing the Cavaliers?
Honestly, I think the Nets can beat any of those teams. in the play-in.
Any of them. Any of them.
Maybe.
But the Raptors are one of them teams that are sleeper beat you.
Not Brooklyn. They ain't gonna sleep beat Brooklyn.
They will sleep beat anybody
They ain't
because they
gonna
play
sleep
hard
beat
all
Brooklyn.
game.
They ain't gonna sleep and beat Brooklyn.
That's what you think. You don't know.
Your Canada Dry must be something else. Cause that ain't it.
Well, clearly you didn't just go to church today either.
Well, how so?
Because it sounds like you're smoking crack if you think you can't be beat.
Brooklyn can't.
Anybody can be beat. This is a new day and age. Anybody can be beat now.
Why I gotta be crack? Why you gotta go for the
Dang,
jugular?
man, my bad.
I was thinking the
I
same
apologize.
thing.
Hey,
I
man.
apologize.
Okay. So this is what I'm saying.
I apologize.
Oh, I'm off that.
Good.
What I'm saying is, you put a lot of faith in Toronto and Cleveland to get the job done against Brooklyn. Remind me of how play-in works. Is it one and done? Is it two and done? Is it
One and done.
One and
it's
done.
one and done? You got with the playoffs on the line, KD and Kyrie traveling to Brooklyn or to
So
Toronto.
this is how it goes.
Oh, they
The
can't
seven-
play in Toronto either.
The 7-8 play.
Kyrie can't play in Toronto.
you sure can. It's
Toronto
Canada.
ain't playing no games.
Oh, Canada. Yeah,
They ain't playing no
that's
games.
tough.
So it's 7. Listen, it's 7-8 play each other. 9-10 they play each other.
Right,
Yeah.
Two losers play each other for
With the eighth spot.
the 8th spot.
right.
The winner
With the
plays
winners play for
the seventh spot.
the 7th spot.
All I'm gonna say
So
is
it's two games then.
all
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it is two. All I'm gonna say is the Brooklyn Nets' success really depends on Kyrie Irving's availability. And I'm sticking to that because KD can't do it alone. Kesey said it again. This will be my third time repeating it. KD has learned when you play with a bunch of scrubs, it will wear your behind out, right?
Wear your ass out.
And I say that to say that if Kyrie plays and New York comes up off that route, it's trouble. But if there's no Kyrie, especially if Brooklyn plays Toronto in the play-in, then they might have a chance to beat them. But if Kyrie and KD both play, Toronto doesn't have a chance.
You think so?
That's my thought. I honestly, it's Brooklyn's to lose, bro. Even it's Brooklyn's to lose with a healthy Kyrie.
But Brooklyn, I mean, Toronto's got a better record, so they would have had to go to Toronto, which means Kyrie wouldn't play.
He wouldn't play.
He can't play because of the vaccine requirement. So.
Moving on, LeBron James has passed Karl Malone for number 2 on the NBA scoring list.
Shout out to the King. Number 2 in history.
That's awesome, man. That's crazy.
Great, man. That's really good.
That's crazy, man.
Not crazy, but
here's why it's crazy, because the top 3 spots were held for so long. Karl Malone retired when?
I think he had a
2002.
Dude, this been 20 years.
I mean, I think he had a 20-year career. Though.
Kareem hasn't played since what?
Yeah, that's true.
Since our childhood? So when did Kareem retire? Early 90s. He didn't play. He didn't play when Jordan played.
He did.
Oh, he retired in 2004.
Who? Malone.
Oh, okay.
So we're talking 18
years. 39 years old.
When did Kareem retire?
18 years. When did Kareem retire? I want to say it was late 80s, but those top 3 spots have been held by 3 men forever.
That's true. I will say that.
Ever. And so that's a big deal.
I mean, it is a big deal.
1989.
Ooh.
When Detroit beat them that year, that was his final.
He left the game in 1989 at the age of 42.
32 years ago.
And so LeBron's going to play until he's like 40, 42.
If LeBron continues to play at his current pace and he doesn't decline, he'll win. He'll be number 1 all time at the end of next season.
Yeah.
At the end of next season,
he'll be number 1.
I did the math in my head. LeBron is about 1,300 or something away. You have to fact check me from number 1. With 72 games next season and whatever's left, LeBron needs to score about 20 to 23 points this season, every game, and next season, every game to pass that record to be number 1. It can be. It can be. But let's remember, LeBron has sat out many games this season because of injury. We need him to stay healthy to get the record. Go ahead.
I was going to say, does this accomplishment overshadow the disappointing season that the Lakers are having?
No, because it's an individual stat.
That's all him.
It's an individual stat.
That's the second stamp for his career.
Yeah.
You see,
Mm-hmm.
the first stamp is going to be like him being this guy. Like he's always been in the top 5 conversations of great player.
Mm-hmm.
That's the number 1 stamp that will always be on LeBron.
Right.
Being the number 1 scorer is going to be the second stamp on his career. And then let's not forget his goal, his personal goal
to play with his son.
And that's going to be the final step. Those 3 things will define his career. Those are 3 things that nobody can take away from him in this moment.
Yeah.
So he's 1,400 points away.
1,400 points away.
That's
easy to do in a season and a half.
He's still 200 and something games under Kareem played.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he has an advantage because he also
started at 18.
Straight out of high school. And basketball now compared to Kareem's year is more action-packed.
Yeah. And here's the thing. No one is.
Kareem got more games played. That's why he got it.
You know what I'm saying? But those were slower games. Back in the day.
Yeah.
It was very technical. It was the San Antonio basketball.
Let me give y'all one more stat, though.
Go ahead.
It says 3-pointers made. How many 3-pointers do you think Kareem got made?
7.
10.
3.
1.
I was the closest.
LeBron James got 2,100 threes made.
Oh, listen.
Kareem has 1 3. He shoot. Guess what his 3-point percentage is?
Kareem's?
Yeah,
100%.
100%.
5.6%.
Really?
Unbelievable.
Well, I would tell you like this. I actually hate that the NBA splits it the way they should, the way they do. Because if they didn't split, LeBron would be the all-time. He's already the all-time leading
No, I
scorer.
like the way they did that.
I'm sure you do. But he's
No, I'm
the
not
all-time.
because I'm a hater, but because that playoff shouldn't matter.
But he's the all-time leading scorer if you add it all together. Next year, LeBron will surpass Kareem. He probably has 2 solid years, maybe 3 under his belt. So it'll be one of those records that will be tough to touch. Kareem was on it for, let's not even, because it's not over yet.
But listen.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Kareem is still on it. So next year to be year 34. That means it's been 34 years that someone's touched that record.
Yeah.
LeBron will cement his place in history. What's going on right now with LA land, it stinks if you're a Laker fan. But it doesn't supersede the fact that LeBron has accomplished something that hundreds of players who've tried to do and cannot do.
LA right now, this LA is only a moment in time when you look at the life
of the Lakers.
Yeah.
Watch
They
the
have
documentary.
They've had so many ups, you have to have some downs.
They got to.
You got to. It's just the nature of the beast.
Well, that
You have
future.
to be in the downs.
Yeah.
So I did a little math
Mhm.
on what LeBron has to average
I'm
next
sure
year.
you
It's
did.
about 23, right?
No,
What is it?
17 points a game.
But that's because you're assuming that this year he's still going to remember. There's still 13, 14 games in this season.
But I'm just saying though, even if he do that, that's going to take it even lower. He might only need to average 14 or 15.
Well, remember LeBron is stat stuffing right now, so he's gonna have.
He's putting up 44. He's putting up
a couple
40.
more games of 40 or 50.
He might be at like 1,200 by the end of the season.
So let's be realistic. All he has to do is make 10 baskets per game.
No, and he'll do that.
He'll do
And
that.
that's something easy.
That record is pretty much gone.
Yeah.
It's gone
As long as he's healthy.
because he wants the scoring title this year.
Does his bump him up your list?
For what? Go?
Yeah.
He's already my number 2. He'll never pass MJ to me. So that's beside the point. It will make people, I think, respect the discussion more. But MJ is number what? He was 3 until Kobe surpassed him. So what? MJ's 4 now or 5?
I think he's 5.
Is he 5? Kesey, look that up. I think MJ's 4 or 5.
4.
MJ held that spot for
a minute.
years.
I think Kobe passed him.
For years. So
Yeah, Kobe
LeBron,
passed
to me, I'll say this though. I'll say this to all my Jordan fans who are very protective of his legacy,
Like yourself.
and I am. I'll say this: if LeBron's record wasn't what it was in the finals, people would have surpassed him past Michael a long time ago. I personally believe that. I'm not saying that he's better than Jordan, but I believe my eyes would have been more open had Jordan not been 6-0 in the finals.
Oh, Jordan is 5.
Jordan's 5,
Okay.
4 is Kobe.
3 is Karl Malone, 2 is LeBron.
2 is
and
LeBron.
Kareem is number 1.
Yep.
I was just
So-
gonna say if with that being said, if let's say if Jordan sit out 2 years, this record might be something a little bit different.
And we also have to remember that Jordan played those Wizards years, although we like to overlook them.
What was that, a year, maybe 2?
2 years, and it count.
Those 2 years make up for the 2-year gap.
Oh,
I disagree with that.
No.
No.
Disagree.
No.
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 Look, Jordan was putting up shots.
No.
But he was in his
Them 2 years in
prime.
Washington,
He was
Tony,
in
where's
his
your
prime.
mic? You
He's
got
put-
your mic?
he's-
Jump on your mic.
he was putting up 28, 30 shots a game.
Yeah.
Look up how many points he scored those two years.
Well, we don't have to do all that.
He.
We don't recognize it.
Jordan was in his prime,
He
though.
still had numbers, but George Mitchell wasn't in his prime those 2 years.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
So we
something.
don't know what he would have been the 2 years coming back if he would have kept going. Like I'm a Jordan fan. I'm a person who hated Jordan for what he did to my East,
Oh man,
but
you
I
did hate
also
Jordan.
respected. Now that the years are gone, I respected what he did for NBA.
Jordan averaged 21.2 points a game during his Wizards years, which wasn't terrible for a 39 or 40-year-old player at that time.
How many total points did he score that those 2 years?
He played 142 games with the
So
Washington
about
Wizards.
2000,
Let's see here.
2500.
Around, you can probably average it out to around that.
Yeah. That's still a good chunk of points. So if you take mental drain Jordan, that's what he would have been for those 2 years if he kept balling. you would have got about the same amount of points out of him.
No.
You wouldn't got flu game Jordan after losing your dad, bro. Don't even sit there and say he was gonna put up 40. He may have put 40 or 50 up 1 or 2 games, but it would have been the Scottie Pippen show.
So
I'm saying no because of this. So those right before his dad died or whatever, he was averaging like 28 a game. So I'm going under the impression that he would be. No, I'm saying he would have averaged at least 25. 25, at least for those 2 years.
Nope. Mitchell wouldn't have been there.
What?
Bruh, he was so destroyed, he went to go play baseball.
All I know is this. Jordan takes everything personal. All it would have took is one person to be like, you know what? I'm sorry your dad died.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Yeah, he golfing with your boy Tony Romo right now. So Tony Romo better be careful. Tony,
It don't take much Jordan and him to go there.
Points in Washington.
He scored 3,000 points
in Washington. That's about 1,500 points a year. That's about average.
That's about average, bro.
Okay. So
don't let this foolery shut it down.
It's not going to sway my opinion, but I get what they're saying. But all I'm saying is the record for LeBron will just cement him as this era's greatest player of this era, of the 2000s. LeBron has been the best player forever, for a long time. Jordan's going to stay in that number one spot until someone comes and goes undefeated in the finals that has the transformational power of like a LeBron, of a Kobe. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think they'll be. I'm gonna be really honest with you. I don't think there will ever be. And this is another bold statement.
Game as a whole has to change.
I don't think there'll ever be a LeBron. I don't think there'll ever be another LeBron. I see these kids in high school. I see these kids in college. And what they doing is phenomenal. But I don't think you can take the league by storm like LeBron James.
Wait a minute. KD, Steph Curry, all these players that are still playing have potential to run up that scoring list too.
But they're not going to be playing at that much longer after LeBron.
I give you that.
Because like Steph Curry, I would say he's one good knee injury of a good ACL and he's done.
Or ankle,
he's done.
Yeah.
KD, he's got a good another 5-6 years left, but he's
a bad back away.
I'll give you that. He's a bad back away.
Speaking of bad back, Brook Lopez back.
Who?
Brook Lopez back. Lopez? I know you didn't just who us because
you said Lopez. I'm like Lopez.
I know you didn't just what us because of him being a has-been.
That was because you said Lopez.
He looked pretty good to me.
He looked pretty good that second game.
He looked pretty good.
That second game looked pretty good.
He looked about. He's just a little out of shape. I can tell.
I want give me the Lakers. Give me Lakers.
If we get that by playoffs, I'm cool.
Yeah. I'm cool with that.
Let's just think 3 weeks from now, he might be ready for the playoffs.
I didn't think he was gonna be coming back this season. I thought he was gonna come playoff time.
I thought Screw was over.
Yeah, I thought it was over for him. But
the ball with Cousins, I think they planned on him coming back a long time ago.
Yeah. So the Phoenix Suns, the Memphis Grizzlies, and the Miami are the only team with the top 10 offense and defense. Who's your pick for the best team out of these three?
Phoenix Suns.
Out of who?
Out of these three.
Phoenix
Suns, Memphis Grizzlies, and the Miami Heat.
You said who is the what?
The best team out of the three.
The best team?
I'm going to go with Phoenix, bro. And I'm disappointed to say that.
I kind of want to say Miami, but that's only because I'm thinking about Chris Paul not playing for a while.
No, I want you to think of this as fully healthy teams.
Fully healthy.
You can't because Chris Paul may not even be playing for the playoffs. We can't.
But that doesn't take away from they're still the top team in offense and defense.
And they have the best record, so you're probably going to win that bet. Because it's out of reach for everybody else.
Well, it's definitely out of reach now.
Yeah, most definitely.
But what I'm saying is, who do you think is the best team out of these three? You said Phoenix.
I'm going to go with Phoenix because Phoenix has proven to me that they can manage without Chris Paul. I didn't say be better. I said manage.
Yeah.
And I was concerned when Chris Paul went down, but Phoenix is a bucket, man. Like
I will give you that.
I'm telling you, like they have a lot of sleepers on that team to make you say when Kesey be like, Michael, who? Dude, Phoenix definitely has that team, but then their Michael Who's be putting up numbers, be balling, and
I
can
think
help.
But they got a tough schedule to finish out the year without him, though.
They do,
They
but
do.
Cause
Devin
just think
Booker,
about who they played the Bulls. The Bulls ain't beat nobody yet.
nobody.
Nobody yet. That's
Nobody.
good. So that
What
don't
are they?
count.
2-19.
They beat the Rockets the game before that, and they beat the Pelicans the game before that, and then they beat the Lakers the game before that, and they beat the Raptors the game before that. Nobody they played in the last 5 games since he been out is really top caliber. If you look at it.
Booker's still out.
Booker's been playing.
Booker's
So
been playing.
my thing about the Phoenix Suns is a lot of times you can get too comfortable, and so towards the end of the season where you're not playing nobody who's up to caliber, and you're playing these teams, you're like, oh, kind of going through the motions, and then because I think they lost to the Pelicans recently, if I'm not mistaken. They lost to a team they should have beat recently.
The Raptors.
The Raptors? No, it was somebody else.
They lost to the Raptors 117 to 112.
It was somebody else though. Look at they last 3 or 4 games.
I'm looking at it. And they lost to the Bucks. They lost to the Raptors.
That's it.
And
I thought they lost to New Orleans or something like that. Okay.
No, they beat New Orleans. They beat the Breakers off New Orleans. They beat them by 20.
Okay. So but my thing about them is it depends on like playoff time. Even when Chris Paul comes back around playoff time,
hopefully
he's not going to be 100% because he's old. And so, we can only give you 90. He can only give you 90, maybe 85. So is that going to be, and then you got the teams coming out of the West, out of that play-in tournament, might be the Lakers, and it might be Minnesota. Who else is in there? Minnesota, the Lakers, I think the Pelicans, and there's one more team. I can't think of it.
For what?
That's in the play-in tournament right now.
In the West?
In the Western
That's in the West
Conference.
Conference.
Lakers, Pelicans, Clippers, Lakers, Pelicans.
Yeah.
Is there any chance of Kawhi coming back and George coming back if either team makes the playoffs?
So neither one of those guys are probably going to come back this year.
Okay, then Clippers you don't got to worry about then.
It could even possibility be the Nuggets because the Nuggets
the play-in?
Because the Nuggets
Okay,
are
so
only a half a game ahead of Minnesota.
So
Minnesota been putting the claps on people's lately.
We're gonna dive into that in a little bit. What I'm saying is that when you Phoenix, as far as Minnesota, the Lakers, the Clippers, and New Orleans, Lakers they should have no problem with. New Orleans, kind of the same thing. They got a lot of injuries over there in New Orleans, and then the Clippers in Minnesota. Those are 2 probably coming out of the play-in tournament. And I think that, like you said, Minnesota's been rolling lately. The Clippers are a low-key good team, good all-around team. Even without their superstars, they're still a good all-around team. So, we'll see how that goes. On this show, we kind of dogged this team, the Boston Celtics.
Y'all kind of dog them.
We all.
I just don't pick him to do anything. Jason Tatum is a bucket.
Did you or did you not? Don't make me go
Jason
back.
Tatum's a
Don't
star.
make me go back and look at footage. We had a whole 30-minute episode.
Go to the archives. We said that they're bad, that they're not going to function
bad.
well.
They were looking horrible. We didn't know who the leader was. But apparently since the All-Star weekend, since the All-Star break and coming out of there, they've only lost 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
And then they've also been 16-3 since January 31st. They're currently the 4th seed. How far do we expect this team to go?
Boston 1 and done.
What?
1 and done. Because right now, listen, if you look at the Eastern Conference standings,
right now they're playing Chicago.
They will not beat Chicago in the 7-game.
Are you sure about that?
I will. If I was a betting man, I would put my money on Chicago against Boston
in a 7-game series.
In a 7-game series,
I would put money on Boston.
Wow. No, because neither is my team. So I don't really care. But Boston's Jason Tatum. Boston is only as good as Jason Tatum is going to be.
I'll give you that.
If Jason Tatum has an off night, Boston's whole team is messed up.
But what I've been saying for a long time though.
we all
I've been saying that for a long time.
We all said this table
now
said Jason Tatum wasn't a leader.
When you see Boston play, if he's like the friend that messes up the whole swag.
But he is also a guy who can like not be on auto.
And I'm a Tatum fan. When I say mess up the swag, meaning if he's off, the whole team is off.
I don't
You
believe
sure
that.
that's
though.
what you mean?
I don't
That's it.
believe that.
You sure that's what you mean?
I don't believe that because
Tatum gonna take
Jaylen Brown is a nice, complimentary player where he can get you buckets too. There has been some games where Jason Tatum has been on right away and Jaylen Brown has been carrying the team.
But there's no one to make up for that 20 plus that you need from Tatum.
I'll give you that.
And he's a defensive presence too. He's a defensive presence. He the long arms. He makes it tough on defense. Boston, if they play Chicago, they're one and done. Let's say Boston moves into the 3. They'll beat Cleveland. If they move into the 3, Boston will beat Cleveland.
What? They'll have a tougher time against Cleveland than they would Chicago.
You got a lot of faith in Cleveland like you did those Knicks.
No, I have a lot of faith in Cleveland like I did Minnesota.
You had a lot of faith in those Knicks. Don't push back now.
Hold on, when? This year or last year?
Last season. And you had them.
First of all,
No,
we were
we weren't. Not Andre Xavier Douglas. Go listen to episode 1. You had the Knicks having a great year this season. You had them going deep. Go listen to episode 1. No, we did not.
And
Andre Xavier Douglas did not.
Through the fog and was like, oh, y'all bad. Y'all real bad.
All I'm saying is the Eastern Conference. The Eastern Conference playoff picture is a scary one right now. There are no guarantees for anything.
The West is the same way though.
Yes,
but I like it like that though. It
Yep.
makes it more interesting because you don't know what's gonna happen next.
Are you saying they're one and done? You're saying they're one and done. Are you saying
if they play Chicago, they're one and done. Boston.
You talking about Boston, right?
Yes. If they play Chicago.
No, they'll beat Chicago.
I did beat Chicago.
I think they'll beat Chicago.
So let me ask you this.
Because Chicago ain't beat no over 500 teams. Don't forget that.
In 2 weeks, the Sunday before Easter Sunday, our episode, are we going through our playoff brackets? Like the NCAA tournament. We need to go through playoff brackets because y'all be changing y'all mind like running water.
No.
You technically have to as a podcast.
Y'all be changing y'all minds, because come on. So you're saying on the 20th of March, Markieff Davis, that the Boston Celtics can beat the Chicago. Shut up. Let it go. Okay, we know your name.
Don't say my government name like that.
Markieff Davis.
Andre.
Don't say my
X Douglas.
No. So you're saying that the Boston Celtics can beat the Chicago Bulls in the 7-game series?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I believe that.
Tatum by himself can do that. That one series.
I won't say that.
For one series, him and Smart, they can beat you.
I think they can beat.
Wow.
I think they can beat Chicago.
Wow.
Chicago's there.
I'm not saying everybody, but I'm saying Chicago. Yeah.
And I'm also saying they would have a tougher time with Cleveland than they would Chicago.
You got a lot of faith in Sexton,
Caruso
don't
come back?
you?
No, I'm talking about I have a lot of faith in what?
Did Caruso come back yet?
That I
He's
don't
back.
know.
He's
Is
back.
he back?
Caruso's back.
DeMar
I
DeRozan's
don't
balling.
Lonzo's not coming back. He's hurt.
For the season?
For the season. He's hurt.
Oh yeah, they'll beat him.
So
They
Boston
and they
beat the
too
Bulls.
small.
The Bulls are small, like Miami. Boston beat the Bulls on January 15th by 2.
Mm-hmm.
That was a 2-point victory. No Caruso, no DeRozan in that game. I'm just saying, y'all have a lot of faith in a team that can barely get along on the court, meaning the Boston Celtics.
That's what I'm saying. Like those days are over, though. Like they've got it together. For them to be in
Actually,
DeRozan
did play. I'm sorry, he missed a shot at the buzzer. I remember that game.
And they only a game out of second. And
They're
third.
Who?
They out of
The
second.
Celtics.
Boston's only a game.
They're
So
a
that's
game
what I'm
out of
saying.
second.
Milwaukee. What's our Buck schedule? Milwaukee is who we need to be talking about. Need to put the foot on the neck and clinch a spot.
We got
No,
the
I don't think
Bulls,
they do.
Wizards, Memphis, Sixers, Nets,
Woo!
Clippers,
Woo!
Mavericks,
Woo!
Bulls,
Woo!
Celtics,
What?
Pistons,
What?
Cavaliers.
Listen, you talk about a tough schedule, and knowing our Bucks, the guarantee wins not even guaranteed wins. We
They
played
not.
the Pistons, and they made the Pistons look like an all-star team.
Well, I'll say
But
this about
Pistons is one of our kryptonite teams.
No.
They kind of
Like
like
Toronto.
Toronto.
It- it's Charlotte.
Charlotte.
It's Charlotte.
Charlotte is. I'll say this about the Bucks. The Bucks is the one team out of the East. I feel like we just need to go in there healthy. If we go into the playoffs healthy, I think we can beat anybody.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So when I say like as far as the remaining schedule, it would be nice to get one of those top 3 spots just because home games. Yeah, we want the home court advantage. But other than that, I don't think anybody really is put together enough to beat us in the East.
But just think of it like this: last year, that home court advantage didn't mean nothing in the finals.
That's true too.
I disagree, because if it wasn't, because it took us getting those 2 in Milwaukee for that momentum to shift. Let's not forget, once again, we forget how defeated we all sat at this table before game 3, and we all said, Tone, back me up. At this point, we just need to win a game.
That's true.
That's
true.
Everybody said this series is over.
No, I didn't. I did not. Because I said, this is what I said. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I said. Because I remember it like it was yesterday.
I'll double check on Kesey, but go ahead.
I said,
wait, 94 Nation.
Phoenix did what they were supposed to do. If the Bucks don't do what they're supposed to do,
he did say that.
Then they are doomed.
I remember him saying that verbatim, saying they did what they were supposed to do at home. Now we need to do what we got to do. Now me and you, Dre, we was like,
y'all was like, the Bucks is cooked.
We was like,
he was like, the Bucks is cooked.
We was like,
you said it like, who? And he said it for sure. He was like, oh,
Dre was like, who wants this ticket?
He was like, I ain't even buying my next
who want this ticket? Because I don't want to see this. Who want this ticket? I was right behind him, like,
we were all very doubtful of the Bucks at that time.
No, you were.
Okay, you know what?
Me and Dre.
Kesey was doubtful too. Don't let him bully you.
I just gave you what
he just said it verbatim.
Exactly how I said it.
That's how he said it.
Well, that's what he think he said. Listen, you
filthy animal, you mother, you son of a, you gonna tell me what I said?
Too much Home Alone over there, man.
Kesey starts there and he just goes up.
We sat at this table, and we all thought the Bucks were. Everybody thought the Bucks were done.
I did not.
But that game, Milwaukee showed us that, because here's why everybody thought they were done, because Giannis was hurt, first and foremost. We all didn't think Giannis was 100%. But nevertheless, to bring it back to what we were talking about, the Bucks need to lock in a spot. I don't want the Bucks to be a 5th or 6th seed in the playoffs.
I don't think they'll go there.
Guess what spot they had last year?
We were 2, weren't we? Or 1?
Number 3.
We were number 3.
Same exact spot we in right now.
Who? Philly?
The same exact teams was in number 1.
Miami wasn't. Miami wasn't number 1. Miami was 6. We beat Miami in the first round.
In the second round.
We beat Miami in the first round. We swept Miami.
We did.
We swept Miami.
Who was number 1 last year?
We swept Miami. Brooklyn.
It
was Brooklyn. We swept Miami. We took Brooklyn to 7. And we took Atlanta to 6, right? We took Atlanta to 6 in the conference finals.
That series had me sweating.
Bucks don't make it easy, but I'm excited about the playoffs, especially with it being on a normal schedule. Although basketball in the summer was dope.
Okay, so back to Boston. Dre said 1 and done. What you got, Keith?
1 and done if they play the Bulls. I said
they'll beat the Bulls.
I say if they're in, if as the standing right now, I say they're second round good.
Wow.
I say that.
Why so much faith in Boston, Zeke?
I got faith in Boston because it's not how you start, it's how you end, and I think that Boston got it together. Eventually, they got it together because I was one of the main ones talking about Boston like they was looking horrible. We had no leader. We didn't know we didn't know what was going on there, and they had too much talent to be not as in the position that they were, but they turned it around, and I think that they can do some damage in the playoffs.
Go ahead and correct it, Keith, for last year. Philly was actually 1.
Philly was number 1.
Yep.
And Brooklyn was number 2.
And the Bucks were 3.
So the Bucks were in the same exact position they was in last year.
They were. That's a good point. That's a good point.
As going into the playoffs this year.
So who would the Bucks play at the playoff start today? They would play Cleveland.
They would play Cleveland.
What do y'all like? How do y'all like that matchup?
I do not like that matchup.
We would mollywop Cleveland.
I do agree.
We will beat Cleveland by 30 every game.
I do not like that matchup.
Cleveland will get beat by 30.
Okay, ain't nobody on there can do nothing with Giannis Holiday.
When Giannis go into playoff mode, he almost got that mentality like LeBron got when it's playoff time. Now,
pass the ball. I'm sorry.
Well, we ain't gonna get on Steph tripping and get a ligament tear in his right ankle. Somebody
Marcus
cough.
Smart.
He's so fragile. Now you cough on him, he injured too. They ain't gonna get on him.
Zeke, did you ever pass the layup?
Because when LeBron got somebody landed on his leg like that, everybody was like,
Nah, that wasn't it. They ain't that.
he was in the same, almost the same
No
exact
way.
place.
No way.
Stop, man.
No.
You reaching.
It's not.
No, it wasn't.
You
Okay,
sure about that?
so-
I'm positive.
How
So hold up.
100%.
So according to Kesey, the Bucks would beat Cleveland by 30 on December 6th.
Look, you look at the season.
The Bucks defeated the Cavs 112 to 104. On December 18th, the Cavaliers defeated the Bucks in Milwaukee 119 to 90. On January 26th, the Cavaliers defeated the Bucks 115 to 99. And Giannis played all these games. The next game is on April the 10th, which will be a big game because it will have to do with playoff seeding. I'm not saying I'm afraid of Cleveland.
Those games, how many of them did Drew play? Because that's our Achilles right there.
Okay.
Good question.
So
Because them was the games Drew was out, or either Middleton. It was one of the two was
for
out.
the
those.
Bucks, Drew Holiday played 37 minutes in that first game. Giannis played. Chris Middleton played. They all put up regular numbers.
And they won.
That's the one we won. Yep. The December 18th game. Actually, Kesey's right. Giannis did not play. Holiday did not play. Middleton did not play. So none of our stars played that game. We got blew out.
Okay.
And then the game that Cleveland beat us just in January, Giannis played, Middleton played, Holiday played, but Holiday only contributed 4 points. So to your point, and I've said this many times,
I'm just saying, like, Cleveland ain't no punk.
I'm not afraid of Cleveland, but in the playoffs, all of our big three have to show up. If this is the Giannis show, we don't win.
But you know what's
Giannis takes over, but Holiday and Middleton have to show up for work.
Because everybody know Giannis gonna do Giannis.
If they don't show up, the Bucks don't win.
And that's what I agree with. My thing about that is I don't want Drew and Middleton to be going crazy against Cleveland in the first round, because then when it comes to these big games or these better teams like Philly, like Boston, Miami, like then it's gonna be one of those things where they don't have the energy. Because if Cleveland takes you to 7, takes you to 6, then you got to go against Miami, or then you got to play against Philly coming up.
We own Miami, though.
I don't think Miami's going to be a problem anymore, but Philadelphia, for instance. So I don't know. I see what you're saying, and Giannis does take another level, but Giannis going to do Giannis, and we one of those teams where we need everybody on deck.
Everybody on deck, because the bench, I don't. Maybe it's because I'm a little too hard on my team, but I don't see that our team is better this year than last year. I don't, but everybody seems to think it is. I don't think our team is better than our championship team. I do not.
I think we around the same place. I think we're around the same place.
I'm just saying.
You don't think we better?
No. Serge Ibaka's not better than PJ Tucker, is he?
He is.
He is.
What I mean, my only question is, what can PJ Tucker do that Ibaka can't do to make this team better?
You asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you. What did PJ Tucker do that was so much better than what Ibaka do?
Only thing about PJ Tucker was that quote unquote was better. I think. I think he played better on ball defense.
We didn't struggle on in our guards.
No, we didn't.
In our fours.
I would even say PJ is better conditioned than Ibaka.
He's younger.
I think we struggled last year when we didn't have anybody to go to outside of Brook. That's what you brought Ibaka in for. We didn't struggle when Tucker went to the bench. What the?
I didn't say that. We struggled. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Let me ask you one key question. Do Ibaka bring the ruthless aggression that we need in those pivotal moments that PJ brings?
Yes,
because
I think
when we put PJ in the game, whoever PJ was holding was going to be exhausted after he got done with him.
And that's what I mean as far as like
So
on ball
are
defense.
we getting that from him as well too?
No,
We're
we
not
are
good.
not.
We're not.
And I think that's where Dre. Why the number one reason why I feel like Dre doesn't feel like this team now is better than the team back then, because PJ really did. He was our scrapper. Who scrapped for us this year?
And we had off the bench shooters too. Like we lost some really good off the bench shooters. I'm not saying that they were like Steph Curry or my man that went to San Antonio. He went to San Antonio. Rookie. I forget his name. Rookie.
DJ Wilson?
No. God no. God no.
I know what you're talking about.
So the Bucks championship roster, you had guys, you had our starters. Middleton came to play every night. He took no nights off, right? He took Zeke.
He took a couple.
Zeke be hard on Middleton.
I'll be hard
bro.
on him. He took a couple.
I'm not gonna lie.
Keisha
So,
was hard on Middleton.
We had last year we had Brian Forbes, who was contributing shots for us.
That was the guy from San Antonio.
That's
right?
the guy from San Antonio.
Okay, yeah.
We had Brooke fully healthy.
Yeah.
We had Bobby off the bench. Even Jeff T came off the bench and gave us some scoring.
Did he retire?
No, I don't know who T plays for now. And I'm not saying that we need T to be better. I'm just saying we didn't replace the shooters we got rid of.
Yeah, we did.
With who?
Javon Carter. Have you not seen that boy shoot the ball?
Man, I've been to many Bucks games and never heard his name called.
He was playing, dude. He was playing over there in Brooklyn. Go back and look at his Brooklyn stats.
I've been to many Bucks games.
He better hit an open
shot. And what do you think Forbes did? They hit open shots. That's all you need.
I'm not saying Forbes is the answer.
Me either.
But
by no means.
I guess my thing about is what Dre is saying. Do I see some of what he's saying? Yes.
And we picked up Grayson.
Now Grayson is probably the key, is the X factor. Grayson is going to be the X factor for these playoffs, because as we know, playoffs and season are two different things. And this is Grayson's first time second time in the playoffs, but his first time being major contributor.
But you know what I'm thinking the Bucks are banking on, though, just looking at the roster.
Lopez.
They banking on Matthews being that role of that like defender like Tucker was.
Like Tucker was?
Yeah. And the only thing of difference is I think Matthews can hit the shot down better than Tucker, if you ask me.
I think PJ's more consistent.
No. PJ Tucker had games where he had 1 point.
But he's not there for scoring. Remember, y'all rolled me about that because I was all over PJ.
I know, but I'm saying that's what we're looking for Matthews, though. Matthews ain't going to handle 1 point games.
Like, he can score when he gets in position, but he ain't on the floor to score. He's
I'll
on the
give
floor
that.
to disrupt.
And we had picked up Bembry. I think that was a killer, him getting hurt too and out for the season.
Yeah, he's out for the season too. I think that was probably one of the killers.
So I think we got room to pick up one more veteran off the waivers.
Rumor has it that they're targeting Evans. Because he's playing for the Oshkosh Herd or something.
Yeah,
he's playing for our minor league.
He's playing for
who is Evans?
Tyree Evans from Sacramento.
Oh, the one that got suspended?
Yeah, for smoking weed.
Yeah.
Why you guys say all that? Why you gotta put that man business out there like that?
Everybody know his business. That's the whole point of him getting suspended.
That's why we have a podcast.
Yeah.
Then nobody tell you to get serious. It was a sarcasm, man. Gosh, man.
And I'm just giving you your sarcasm.
No, this is what you said. Because this is a podcast.
I mean, I didn't say it all bedtime.
Snotty.
Like
That's how you said it, like a snotty jerk.
So before we get up out of here, I'm bringing this up in the.
Oh, I know you ain't talking about sensitive today.
I didn't even say sensitive,
but you was close to it.
Can we wrap up?
You got a couple more left. Come
on.
You good? Keep it flowing.
Oh, okay. So another team that is doing a thing at the end of the season is the Minnesota Timberwolves. They also have only lost 2 games in the All-Star break.
I gotta give it to Zeke. He really likes scrubs, bro. I gotta give it to him, man.
I like scrubs.
The Knicks, the Cavs.
First of all, what are you talking about the Knicks for? It's only one person in this room that was rooting for the Knicks. One. He's on the microphone.
His name is Isaiah Moore.
It's not.
Go ahead, man.
I know what y'all Knicks fans do. Y'all ain't rooting for the Knicks, but y'all secretly be like, yes.
I'm done with that toxic relationship.
Go ahead and sing the praises of Anthony Edwards and your.
Are they not?
Are they not what?
Are they not balling?
They are. Shout out to Cat.
Because you, first of all, Dre, if this team ain't top 3, you ain't trying to hear it. First of all, you don't even believe in Memphis. They number 2. If it ain't Golden State, you really ain't trying to hear it.
That's a lie. I am a huge Morant fan.
Now, when I said at the beginning of the season, I was like, hey, watch out for Cleveland. Where they at? Playoffs. I said, watch out for Minnesota. Where they at?
And
on the cusp of being in the playoffs.
You just jinxed both of them teams. Because look at what Joe Knicks did. So don't ever say that
Denver
about the
Nuggets.
Bucks.
Denver Nuggets, again, bottom Joker by himself, 6th spot. I'm just all I'm doing is giving these teams their flowers while they're here.
So what is your question, Isaiah?
My question is the same question I posed with the Boston Celtics. Where do you think they're gonna end? Not even where to end. Where do you think they're gonna?
The T-Wolves?
Yeah,
they one and done.
You think they'll make the playoffs?
They make the playoffs, but they one and done.
Over the Clippers, the Lakers.
Are you saying?
They in the 7th spot right now?
Running in the 7th spot. So let me ask you this question: are you saying they stay in that 7th spot?
It could eventually push to 6 if they really play.
Or 5. They're only 2 games behind.
That's what I'm saying.
Like 5.
Because
but I don't know. The Mavericks is playing good right now.
Mavericks is playing good. They
finally starting to find a rhythm. I mean,
then who? No, I'm just
kidding. Here we go with this stupid mother.
Luka got somebody who can actually hoop with him now.
He sure does.
And so Dinwiddie hitting those 2 clutch bucket winners. And first of all, he threw shade at Kyrie, which is also funny.
Did he?
He threw a little shade at Kyrie.
He threw a little shade.
What was the shade? I didn't hear it.
He said, because they asked him about it, because he used to play for Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was like, if they hadn't traded me, they would be getting this too. But
I would have said the same thing.
We say I play all year or something like that. It was like,
I'm vaccinated. No, but here's Minnesota's schedule. They have Dallas.
That might be a dub.
They have Phoenix.
That's an L.
They have Dallas again.
That's a dub.
They have Boston. They have Toronto. They have Denver. They have Houston.
That's a win.
They have Washington.
That's a win.
They have San Antonio.
That's a win.
They're in play-in too, and they have Chicago. So Minnesota has a really tough schedule coming up. I would like to see Minnesota in it because one of the things, although I'm a Bucks fan, I'm a Giannis fan, I like Steph Curry, I like LeBron, I like to see new teams in it. It's better for basketball. I hate to see like Golden State always in the finals. Was excited to see the Bucks and Phoenix finally play. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people are thinking we may get a 2-peat of the Bucks and Phoenix, right? Mm-hmm. I'm good for Milwaukee, but I like to see different teams in it. I would be fine, but let's be honest. You want LeBron in the playoffs.
You'll be fine without the Bucks in the playoffs?
I didn't say that.
Because that's what you're saying.
That's not what I'm saying. Bucks miss playoffs most of my life. So you know I want my team in the playoffs.
But you said it's nice to see new teams. You know what I'm saying?
It is nice to see new teams. And then you
followed up to say, yeah, it was nice to see the Bucks in there. Like you ready to see them get up out of there now?
First of all, having the Bucks back in the playoffs is a win for the city, right? It's a win for the economy. It's a win for the fans. And the Bucks just got good like 4 or 5 years ago. So let's not act like we're used to all this good. Okay,
Come on, man, we've been in there. We've been there. Don't forget about the glory days with Sam Cassell, Big Dog, and Ray.
Oh, the year, 1 year.
It was
okay.
2.
Let it go.
It was what?
2.
Let it go.
2 years ago?
2 years.
22 years ago?
No, 2 years that they was good.
Oh, okay.
So
maybe 3. Because I think it was Cam Skillet.
Like
jeez, those 2 years that we were good.
Why you gotta be like that, man?
Because why you gotta be so dang? Why you gotta be a jerk?
How am I being a jerk?
Because you're not making any sense.
What's not making any sense?
What I'm saying is, of course, we're happy the Bucks are in.
Don't fall for it.
I'm not. It's too screw dude.
Just sucked you in.
Listen, man. To see Cleveland back in it is good for basketball.
It is.
To see Minnesota make a run is good for basketball.
Okay,
but you also want LeBron in the playoffs.
I don't want LeBron to play, so I'm good with that.
Why?
Anyways,
me or him?
I'm talking to you.
You want LeBron in the playoffs because it's money. Who want? Let's be honest. Although I'm happy to see these teams in the playoffs, who really wants Cleveland versus the Wizards in the playoffs?
I get what you're saying.
Nobody.
It is about time small market teams get recognition in the playoffs.
That's it.
Where the money is not the reason why certain teams are there.
That's it.
So
That's
I am loving this. But
you a jerk.
You need your face in the place.
LeBron?
You
You
need
do.
your face in the
You
play.
do.
The new
You do.
the new face of the league is Steph.
No, it's Giannis.
It's
Steph.
actually Giannis.
It's Giannis.
Steph who?
But because you got to remember, Giannis appeals globally.
Global.
He does.
He's not American, so those people over in Europe are cheering for him.
Right.
We just got lucky that he's on a small market team, so we
For
eat
now.
good.
Right.
Okay? But at the end of the day, the face of the NBA is and will always be until he decides to sit down with LeBron fam.
All day. I mean, think about Christmas. Think about all those whack Knicks games we had to watch. Think about all those whack Knicks games, right?
There's a lot of whack.
A lot of whack. I guess they said no clap for that. But
Wow.
a lot of whack. There it is. A lot of that was for Tone. That was for Tone. That was for Tone. A lot of whack Knicks game on Christmas. Who wanted to watch that? The year LeBron got hurt and the Lakers were like in the bottom. Who wanted to watch that?
You know what? I'll give you that because they still be promoting this the Lakers versus the Warriors like it's gonna be
Good.
something other than a blowout. But then LeBron turns it out to be a 50-pointer with a dub. So
Yeah,
you never know.
absolutely.
But you
go
know
ahead.
what? You know what though?
What up,
I
bro?
don't like people like Kendrick Perkins how they just dismiss like why people still talk about the Lakers. Like everybody know why they still talk about the Lakers. He said I am fed up. I'm sick. I'm tired.
I'm tired of it too.
He said everything under the sun you could think of.
I like Perkins though. Perkins.
I like Perkins until he said that.
And that's
Because
that's a LeBron
why else?
guy.
But why do you think they talking about him?
Because this is a disappointment.
Because it's a big market.
It's a big market.
It's a
That's
big
it.
market.
So Cleveland can only win 9 games in the season, and it's okay, and everybody's just okay with it, and it just rides out.
Everybody except for Cleveland.
And now the Lakers are having a struggling season after they done had glory years for the last 30 years
LeBron,
almost.
Davis, Westbrook.
I'm not talking about the players individually. I'm talking about the organization.
But I'm answering your question, Keisha.
It's exactly what I previously said. LA has always been known to have the money, whether it's public or privately. LA has always had the money to get who should be there. Going what Dre was getting ready to say, like the Davises and the Carmelos and everybody. You are paying these big contracts for these big names to make people say, "Ooh, look at LA," and then it was like, "Okay, we looking," but you keep losing.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Carmelo's
LA can
on
buy their way to greatness. Or Milwaukee.
Carmelo's on the veteran minimum. Let's get that out there first. Because you said Carmelo name.
I said Carmelo because I hate it.
Don't be mad.
That is a deep-rooted hate.
Blame Phil Jackson. Don't be mad.
It's a deep-rooted hate.
You still got that
I still
animosity.
got that hate.
Ooh, that's a long time, bro. You gotta let go.
Sometimes childhood trauma. Childhood trauma. I'm sorry.
Hey.
For that.
He set y'all back about 10, 15.
That's Phil Jackson, goofy butt.
Yeah, Phil robbed y'all.
No.
Drafting
And
Porzingis.
see, I never liked this Phil anyway because I didn't like him when he was in charge of Chicago. So
Well, they got rid of him fast though.
They got him
It-
fast.
it-
They didn't want to pay him.
No, they
Yeah,
took
okay.
New York too long to realize what he was doing.
he was,
Oh, you mean New York, not Chicago?
Yeah, I'm talking about Chicago.
Oh yeah.
Chicago
Well, that
got
was
rid-
that influence. They thought
Chicago
Phil,
got rid of that quick. Like, nope, you gotta go.
that was money. Chicago got rid of him because of money, but New York got rid of him because New York thought they were getting the coach Phil, who can also transcend to a GM, and Phil was a terrible GM.
Horrible.
Terrible GM.
like, triangle offense really wasn't really offense. Really like
Well, it was Tex winners anyway.
you couldn't call it the Jordan offense.
No.
Yeah.
So
Well, it worked for the Lakers. It worked for the Lakers. Once he taught Kobe how to play within the system, it worked for the Lakers.
and
It
you
did.
wanna know why- and you want to know why it worked for LA?
Hmm?
Because Kobe plays like Jordan when it comes to the offensive side of the ball.
That's true.
That's true. I give you that.
I can give you that.
Don't you dare.
Carmelo-
Don't
Aggressive.
turn that off.
Which is why it didn't work in New York.
Well, in Melo, the thing about Melo, when you talk about the triangle offense is really designed. If you think triangle, you think 3 people, right? Melo was a one-man show. It was the shot, no defense, and even Melo would sometimes try to play point. But another story for another day. I apologize for the trauma in your adulthood of 10 years ago. I still love you, but I apologize.
Hold on to that. I gotta go to therapy for about an hour after this.
Go ahead and turn the Badger game on, Tone.
So this has been another episode of 94 Feet Podcast.
That's how you gonna close
That's
us
how you
out?
gonna close us out.
Hey, you
I
sound
know.
sleepy.
No, you know what? I'm gonna close it out with a little. This is funny to me. Anthony Davis is talking about the Phoenix Suns only beat
Don't
the
you
Lakers.
do it.
What you mean?
Don't you do it, mother.
Do it.
Close the
What?
show out. This
No,
has been another good episode of the
No,
94
no,
Feet
no,
Podcast.
because I tried to close it out. Y'all didn't want me to close it out. So Anthony Davis said the Phoenix Suns only beat the Los Angeles Lakers in the playoffs last year because he had a groin injury.
Oh, jeez.
Devin Booker countered that and said,
It was a fifth.
"We all be drunk."
Did he say that?
He said that. That had me rolling.
Oh, that's
So that's
good.
how I ended.
That's what's
But
up.
real talk though, it might have been a different story, bro, if he wasn't hurt. Because they was up 2-0. Don't y'all forget that. The Lakers.
And we're gonna end this on.
No, I'm serious.
Does that Lakers
Before Davis got hurt, they was up 2-0.
Hold up. Listen to us on.
He was giving Ayton buckets.
Listen to
Go
us.
back and look.
Okay, you know what?
Let him get it off.
You know what?
No, y'all want to bring it up? Go back and look.
I'm gonna go back and look. I'm gonna go back
and
real
look.
quick.
Go back
I'ma
and look
go
at the
back
tape.
real quick.
Davis was putting in work on Ayton.
He was,
Yes.
and Ayton was very.
I didn't even say no. Why you yelling at me?
Filthy animals. Since y'all want to, y'all done got me fired up.
It
now.
was him.
Now I was ready to go out in the mellow moves.
I didn't even say nothing. It was him.
I
You
was-
yelling at me?
I'm not saying that, like, and Anthony Davis didn't get hurt this year. They might be in a different position, but he did. So for him to say that was unnecessary.
It was unnecessary,
Because-
but it was true.
If
It was some
just
truth
like
to it.
last week when we had the nickel foul here, it's a lot of ifs, ands, or buts in the league, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's just one of those things where like it was unnecessary. I thought it was funny that Devin Booker came back. If it was a fifth, we all be drunk.
That is hilarious.
But other than that,
Yeah.
it is
that's
what
hilarious.
it is.
Kendrick
Listen-
Perkins had the nerve to say he need to just be quiet.
He do.
He do,
No,
bro. He got
Kendrick
hurt in the hospital.
No, Kendrick Perkins need to be quiet.
He's a commentator.
No.
Listen to us
I'm
on
sick of his mess because I'm about to go back and pull up some of his highlight reels.
Listen to us on Spreakers,
Filthy animal.
Apple Podcasts,
No, shout out to the Perkins.
Spotify.
Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever your favorite podcasts are. Listen to. Follow us on social media at 94 Feet
You
Podcast.
can catch us everywhere. You can stalk your ex except for TikTok because we're adults.
All right.
Like
Peace.
us, subscribe.
Agree with us?
Probably not.
94 Feet, baby.
Peace.
Peace.